Hey, so I'm just back out in nature again. I didn't know whether it was a good time to film because it's a bit windy, but regardless, if there's a message to be put out, then it needs to be put out. I'm not necessarily feeling that there's a specific message. However, I just wanted to share some things because yesterday, obviously, I uploaded a video and I was speaking on how there are times when my connection to my guides feels stronger and times when it's not that they're less strong, it's more so about the intensity of the connection, if that makes sense. But today, before I left the house, I thought I would pull some cards just to check in really with my guides. But the cards provide kind of extra clarification. It gives you something to physically see here in the physical world and not just rely upon your intuition. So I pulled some cards and a couple came out, and basically what I asked was whether I should continue to do my channelings with my guide Roger, and I received confirmation on that basically yes, I should continue doing so. That basically is to kind of let my light be visible, and that's really what the messages have been coming through regarding light workers and star seeds and earth angels, to allow ourselves to be visible, to not dim our light. So, and obviously it's a learning process, and what was told to me was that as basically what was the feeling of what was coming through was that whilst the channeling part of just speaking what comes through, speaking what Roger's giving to me, is fairly new, because normally the way I do it is I pull cards, I intuitively connect, and I'm having kind of a three-way conversation, a conversation with energy, Roger, and yourselves, and myself, it's a three-way conversation. And when I'm doing it where I've closed my eyes and I'm just saying what is being given, it's a different kind of experience, and it's not just putting words into words, it's putting images and feelings and all these things into sentences so that the viewer can understand. So I was feeling that, okay, because it's a new kind of thing, there's an element of me that has always been a kind of perfectionist. But the reason why I started the channel, the reason why I wanted to just upload the first videos that I ever created, was because people will be able to see the journey of development. People will be able to see the heightening of my intuition and my abilities, and that they can too do it for themselves if that's what they are called to do here on earth. Now, it's strange because today my connection with Roger is feeling really, really intense, and just when I say intense, it just means that the dialogue between us is more fluid, if that makes sense. Like, it's literally like I'm having a conversation with him. When I'm saying that it's intense, it's just the fact that the way that I'm having the conversation feels so fluid. It feels as if he's right next to me in human form. And basically what he was telling me was that we're kind of one of the same tribe. It's that now that kind of, I want to say back in, for some reason I want to say like our home planet or our star system. He's basically saying that our soul tribes came together. We are kind of galactic brothers. We are brothers. But not only that, he also said that it's about the choice, that me and him both had the choice to be brothers, and you're basically saying that that's stronger than having a blood brother that's been given to you through like the birth of your mother, because there isn't choice in that. Not that there isn't power in that, but there's more power in choosing to have somebody be a part of your life, choosing to be kind of tied to somebody energetically to the point where you are brothers, if that makes sense. And it's known to the universe that you two are brothers. And I know that kind of sounds hard to believe, but or it might not be easy to understand, but just allow your system to kind of feel what I'm saying instead of trying to overstand instantly. And then for some reason the planet, I don't know if it's a planet or if it's a star system, I should have probably looked it up, Andromeda. And basically when I was connecting to that and I was asking him why is that in my presence, he was basically saying that it's because well, he didn't say it's because, he was basically saying what I got from that was that the planet Andromeda is the home of the gods of gods. But before that came through, it was the fact of, like, what was said was the most powerful women live there, and then the gods of gods came, and then it was bringing me back to the mother of all, and the fact that if we perceive God or anything to be male or female, that there is still a, I don't want to say an authority, but a parental figure to that element. I can't explain it, but it's basically bringing me to the mother of God. But it wasn't the fact that it's a mother, it's just, or that it's a female, that's just what came through. You know, energy is genderless. Sat on this log, just minding my business. But one of the other cards that also came out was a card, and it was pertaining to sensuality and femininity. And it's not that I get shocked by energy or spirit or anything like that, but when they give you the confirmation physically, sometimes it's kind of like, it's not a shock at all, because I'm never surprised. It's just more so, I'm more amazed the fact that this was never my life to begin with, that this isn't the way that we all live in our natural element, connecting with nature, receiving guidance and giving guidance to one another and sharing guidance and just really striving towards harmony. That's more the shock. And the fact that the video yesterday was basically about sensuality and femininity and masculinity and accepting that, and then the card came out and was basically speaking on femininity and sensuality. Again, that was confirmation for me. Confirmation to keep doing what I'm doing, confirmation to just go with the flow. And whilst everything that is said may not be everybody's individual truths, there's truths to be taken for everybody. Everyone can take a truth from what is being said, and it's for you to know what is your truth. And I'm just living my truth, expressing my truth, for you to find yours, and for you to kind of see if you can relate, or to really trigger your remembering of yourself. Sorry. So also, this video might be a little bit choppy, but it's because I'm not sat down. I'm just, walking, enjoying the sun, the weather, the oxygen. Also, what my guide Roger said to me was that it's not that we're not like blood brothers in terms of like energy and where we come from. Sorry, but it's more so that when we kind of came to being, it's kind of that we were separated. It's that, I don't know why, but I just feel like I wanted that we went to two different planets or two different star systems. It's that when we was birthed, we were split, and the choice was to kind of come back together to be brothers again, if that makes sense. And it's almost like, although we wasn't able to come together here in the physical, his career, the things that he's left behind, enables me to kind of connect with him. The people that he also connects with enables me to, again, connect with him. Not just that, remember who I am, remember my connection to him and my journey and my purpose here on earth. Really, I want to say he brought me into his energy, but it's basically feeling that we both kind of did this together. It's kind of something that was just meant to be. I don't know, when I look at photos of him or have a photo of him on my phone, I just see myself in his eyes and vice versa. And even though he's not physically alive, it's almost that when I look into his eyes in a photograph, I can feel the connection. It's so strange. Hi. So I just received another message from my guide Roger, and what he's saying to me is that the symbol that I have on the channel, which resembles an ankh, it was a gift from him to me. He said it was a gift from me to you, and about from him to me. Again, it all makes sense, and in the future I will explain many of these things and more about who he is. But he basically said to me it's a gift for the work that I put in, but also for the work that I'm going to put in. It symbolizes not only our connection, but our connection to earth, our connection to life, and the fact that we are all and everything, and energy is eternal. And not only that, but to connect with the wholeness of who we are, the eternal nature of who we are, is via the heart. And not just that, again, it's about combining many different things in order for us to have a better understanding of who we are and what we are. And if on a part of the symbol there is a dot, and that dot basically represents the third eye. The dot represents perception and changing your perception, and not only that, but combining perception, the perspective from your heart, and it's about combining. The symbol represents life itself, and life is about love, perspective, experience, death. But in death is the eternal aspect of it, which is why we have the infinity symbol as part of the logo. I don't feel that I'm explaining that very good either, but again, there'll be more information on that in the future. Peace and love.